crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadtoruta.com. Wanted to talk a little bit about Theta. As I said a few weeks back, it does seem like the cryptos have bottomed, so Theta is my number one pick. Obviously, I've been talking about it for, I don't even know how long, a very long time. What it can do. Now, the question of what has Theta Labs done while we were in the midst of the crypto winter, as they like to call it. What are we, 3-year winter? That's a big one. But it does seem like it has bottomed. One thing I would like to say to everybody who blames me that they bought at $15 Theta, you can have that. You can cut in half your purchase price if you buy the same amount at $1, which it is right now. So don't tell me it's all my fault. And for the 99 millionth time, I'm not a financial advisor. And oh, by the way, I told you to get in at 4 cents and you didn't do that. So a lot of people waited till the hype, which the cryptos go crazy, and then they crash and they blame other people. But right now, anybody who bought it at $15 can buy a similar amount at $1, and then your average price is what? A little over $7, right? Right? Come on, work with me. Yeah, I do think that Theta is going into the thousands. It doesn't mean it won't go to minus $40 in between that, but ultimately into the thousands. Don't know when. Nobody does. But clearly Theta has done a hell of a lot in the time that they've been off. We've had it off, basically. Here's a video they just came out with talking about the edge nodes. And if you're staking your T-Fuel, you're killing it. You're making at least 7%, right? And more if you're working the elite edge nodes, which most of the third-party staking things have the elite edge nodes that they run for you. And yeah, you're going to pay a little bit of a percentage for them to run your edge node, but at the same time, you don't have to think, you don't have to worry. So here's the video. It's pretty cool, and it just shows you. The new book I'm reading is called Web3, and it's literally all about Web3 cannot happen without Theta, in my opinion, because the broadband expansion, because the video patents that they have for digital rights management, all that stuff is necessary, and Theta has patents on all that stuff. So I am a believer in a patent, and I'll get to that in a minute. With Litecoin Lisa and Reggie and a couple other guys did a video, and it's like, yeah, it's so true that Reggie has the patent on all DeFi coins. Most of the cryptocurrencies Reggie has the patent on. And he won a huge battle against Coinbase, at least part of that battle. So go listen to that. I'll get to that in a second. First, let's watch this new video from Theta.
Today, just about everyone has a PC, mobile phone, or smart TV.
Mind you, when I saw a smart TV, it irks me that the big partners Sony and Samsung have not, as far as I know, they might have already done it, downloaded a Theta Edge node on every one of their smart TVs. They might have done it, they're just waiting for the moment to say, hey, everybody, it's running behind the scenes. As long as your smart TV's plugged in, you're earning T-Fuel, and here's how we're going to share broadband and fix the world. And that's billions of people. Billions of people. That would be billions of edge nodes. Holy crap. I don't think the payout would be as good per individual, but at the same time, talking about a secure network, billions of people securing the network. And that's, remember, the edge node is a download, just a download. Software, it's all software. Okay, here's the commercial. And they do show the TV. I'm going to start from the beginning.
Today, just about everyone has a PC, mobile phone, or smart TV. What if you could use these devices to earn Theta Fuel and other tokens while you sleep? The Theta Edge node does exactly that. Download and watch it go to work. Deliver video, store files, train AI models, and much, much more. Launched in 2019, Theta is the leading purpose-built blockchain for video, media, and entertainment. Used by over 3 million users across 149 countries, and trusted by global partners like Samsung, Sony, Google, and CAA. Continually innovating with more than a dozen patents, Theta powers next-generation media dApps, Web3 games, NFT marketplaces, and a robust video API for developers. Download the Edge node now and join the network. Start earning Theta token rewards today. Download the Edge node at www.thetanetwork.org.
There you go. And we all know Theta hasn't done much advertising, mainly because of regulatory issues. But that's a great video, and it's so easy. Although, I don't know if you can do it on... I tried to do it on my TV. I don't know how to do it. Maybe somebody can tell me how to do it, how to download the Theta Edge node onto my smart TV and run it in the background. I think they can do it now. It's just... I'm not sure that it's talked about much. And I couldn't figure it out because I'm me. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, great stuff coming out of Theta. That may be why Theta is absolutely kicking ass right now. Up, let's see, in the last month, it's up 77% and moving. So, I mean, it's Mitch and the gang over at Theta did an AMA and asked me anything. And one of the things Mitch said, and Mitch can get a little carried away, he said, it really feels like we're back in those days where Theta was, 4 or 5 cents. And then everything was about to change. Everything did change, and it ran to $15. So this time it ran down to 50 cents, which means, does it run up to $150? I don't know. But it does. It did feel like, it doesn't feel like anymore, as Theta's running up, that we are at the very beginning. I don't think you'll catch 50 cents for Theta for the rest of your life. So I think we've bottomed in Theta, and it's really nowhere to go but up for what these guys have done over the last 3 years. Theta is completely different than when it ran to $15. So I expect much higher than 15 on the next run up. We'll find out. Wait till the entire world finds out about Theta and needs it to save the internet, because broadband cannot keep up with the amount of things going online. But Theta is a huge help, especially as a software download onto every smart TV on the planet, every computer on the planet. It can be done, and they're talking a lot about running edge nodes on a handheld phone, smartphone. The problem is it's not always on and active, and it's how to run it in the background. I mean, the capabilities there on your phone already. There's enough memory and storage and all that stuff to run an edge node, but I think what they're struggling with is the how to keep it running in the background. There's got to be a way to do it, but yeah, and I think they're working on that. They'll roll that out at some point. Run your edge nodes on your cell phone. Theta's massive, and when the world finds out about that, that's when you're going to get your thousands of dollars for a single Theta token. T-Fuel Theta ratio is like 21 to 1, something like that. I think that'll come down. I think as more people do the meta chains, especially the big names, it'll really come down. So people will be like, oh my God, maybe 5 to 1? But that's a ways off. And then, a lot of people will switch back and forth depending on what's doing better at a given time. And sometimes you don't know when the Theta drops, like that come on occasion from people starting their own metaverse, meta chain. Yeah, you'll get drops from that, and so a lot of people say, I'm in it for the drops, and the power of the Theta network is what the big money wants. It's like all the central banks now are buying gold, right? Because you want to be in gold because the central banks are buying it. Well, the reality is you're going to want to be in Theta because all the big named corporations are going to want to be the guardians of the Theta network. And the validators. Well, they'll be the validators. Anyway, yeah, I don't know which one's going to do better. At 20 to 1, I think that's a little steep for the ratio. I think the ratio should come down 15 or 10 to 1 as this progresses, which means you'd make more money with T-Fuel. And also, you got, 7% return on T-Fuel staking, and it's much smaller on Theta. So, yeah, lots of great stuff. Again, go listen to the AMA. Ask me anything with, where is it? There we go. Go to Twitter and look up Theta AMA, and you're going to see it right there. It was good. It was really good. No bombshells other than all the stuff they've done is massive in the last 3 years, and nobody knows about it. That's the key. You want to buy assets when nobody knows about it, especially the good ones. So that's where we are with that. We do have a page at Road to Ruta for private road members. The Theta page, how to buy it, store it, stake it, things like that. Go check that out on the private road at roadtoruta.com, and we'll send you a free with the price of admission. Silver Ruta coin, the coolest coin ever made. I think this coin will pay for the membership, no problem, at some point very, very soon. I think very, very soon. Okay, speaking of very, very, great discussion with Litecoin Lisa and Reggie and a couple guys who know the shit about patents. And Reggie's victory over Coinbase in kind of a... Coinbase tried to have the patent office throw out his patent and said, no, it's not good. And the patent office said, no, sorry, you're wrong. This is a solid patent. So what's going to happen now? I don't know. Will they come to the table? Will Reggie, say, okay, Coinbase cease and desist all your activity that infringes on my patent, which is pretty much all of it. And that's a possibility. Definitely the stable coins, and I don't think the trading, but a lot of definitely the DeFi stuff. So Reggie could say cease and desist or pay me, what Coinbase should now come to the table. But it's a really good discussion. Go check it out. And what happens if someone like Coinbase, probably the largest, biggest player in this, other than Digital Currency Group, which is a bunch of criminals, loses a case on patent. I mean, you can pretty much look at all the cryptos and say, holy shit, Reggie's got the patent on like 99% of these cryptos. So yeah, that's why I have the Veritasium token. I look at it as a lottery ticket, and like I said, the lottery is getting closer and closer to your number. The odds are in your favor, especially after the patent got approved, and then now after Coinbase lost their request to throw Reggie's patent out by the patent office, said no, this is a solid patent, and these guys talk about that. So if you don't have any Veritasium, you can get it on Market Talks. Maybe it's a sketchy little exchange, but yeah, people have had success getting it on Market Talks. It's hard to find otherwise, and yeah, get it in your own possession definitely. I see it as a hedge against all the other. And I can see why they approved the patent, too, from the Gary Gensler standpoint. This plays right into Gary Gensler's hands. Even if Gary Gensler loses all his lawsuits against all crypto people, they've approved the patent. And that puts a massive monkey wrench in cryptocurrencies should people not want to respect the patent. Reggie's technology that most cryptos have stolen. Now, if it's truly decentralized, you don't have anything to worry about. But there's not many cryptos that are truly decentralized. Some, I say Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, a couple others. But everybody else is going to have to pay up, or he's going to put a cease and desist. And he doesn't want to. All he wants to do is pay for what he invented, which is peer-to-peer capital markets. If you read the patent, you'll see why. And then we got the whole issue of the U.S. government has frozen 98 million of its 100 million tokens that were created. Reggie has full power over that, completely centralized, by the way, because Reggie owns a patent. And the U.S. government, I would say, massively illegally destroyed Reggie Middleton and his company, but they haven't disposed of the assets, which is really interesting. If all along Cliff's data is correct, that the government comes hat in hand to Reggie, and I can give you 100 reasons why they will have to in our criminal markets, when it's exposed, the criminality behind the scenes, everybody's going to say, bankers, get the hell out. How can we run a system? And Reggie invented peer-to-peer capital markets. He was working with the Jamaican Stock Exchange, and I believe the German Stock Exchange, or one of the big ones in Europe, to implement it. Can you imagine free market trading? No more high frequency trades. No more bullshit. Peer to peer, instead of going through the DTCC and all the bullshit that goes on behind the scenes with JP Morgan rigging stocks and bonds and everything. GameStop, great example, would have never happened if Veritasium was utilized and applied to the stock market. There's no room for that because everything's peer-to-peer and it's provable. So yeah, I am a big fan of Reggie Middleton's invention. I do think ultimately they're going to give him a good give and take would be giving back his tokens. Not that he needs the tokens, but the way he had set it up was a pretty good way. You use those tokens to transact in the capital markets. He can obviously issue new tokens and say, I'm taking my patent here. Although he has promised the people that Lisa's been working with, the Veri DAO people who are fighting for Reggie's cause, he said you can use the Veritasium tokens as a discount. So Coinbase might go in and try to get as many Veritasium tokens as possible to discount what they're going to have to pay out to Reggie every single year. And in this, they talked about a dollar amount. It wasn't anything. It was just thrown out there, $150 million per year. And as an expense for Coinbase, that's not all that much. I think they're a $6 billion company, so $150 million a year to. Otherwise, literally, it looks like Reggie's going to be able to put a cease and desist order on Coinbase if they don't play ball. I know, it gets a little squirrely, and it's not what cryptos are supposed to be. People say, no, it is. Bitcoin, Reggie doesn't infringe on Bitcoin's patent, or Bitcoin doesn't have a patent, but he's not trying to stop any Bitcoin holders. That he didn't invent that. He's only trying to get paid for what he invented, which is peer-to-peer capital markets. In 2014, he got that's when he submitted the application for the patent, and he describes everything that came later. Ethereum absolutely violates. XRP absolutely violates. So we'll see what happens. Great discussion. Theta's still at $24, I think $24, $25. Veritasium's still at $24, $25. But I think when the word gets out that Reggie has a massively important patent on all cryptos, not all, but most cryptos, then I think, like, for example, Lightning Network probably infringes on Reggie's patent. But we'll see. We will see. And, who could Reggie go after? You can't go after Bitcoin people. You can go after, I guess, the core developers for the Lightning Network, or anybody who uses the Lightning Network, which is his patented technology. So there's a lot of places this thing is going to go. And if it works out like Cliff had said, that Veritasium eclipses the price of Bitcoin. So let's say Bitcoin goes to 100,000, that would be Veritasium up at 100,000. Even though there's 5 times as many Veri coins out there. There's actually not. There's 1/10 of the Veri coins out there right now, because 98 million are frozen with the U.S. government. And those thinking that the U.S. government can just use them themselves, they can't, because Reggie it's a multiple signer on the wallet. Reggie can't access them, but nobody else can either, because he has to sign off on it. So if the government says, sorry for what we did to you, destroy your life for 10 years, here's your coins back, then that could very well, Reggie be sitting there with 98 million Veritasium tokens and do the thing he had originally planned to do, is to implement peer-to-peer capital markets all around the world. So that's what's going on. It's pretty interesting and exciting if you've been following the Reggie Middleton story. Road to Riddle, we've been behind Reggie since the very beginning, and I knew it in my gut. I knew that this technology was gonna, because I knew that when the silver market declares force majeure and shuts down, we're gonna need a new kind of exchange other than the comics, which is purely criminal. And Reggie's invention would have solved that. Not the rehypothecation assets, all that stuff, just peer to peer. You have someone sitting there with silver and someone sitting there with cash, and you use Veritasium to transact the exchange. It works. So that's what I got for you. If you want more information, go to roadtoroot.com. This is Bix. Interesting stuff coming next week. A lot of people saying, Jenny was saying, these next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are going to be crazy. So we'll see, right? All right. Talk to you later.